want to talk about the role of designing when it comes to homegrown shoe brands. So, what exactly do we mean by a homegrown shoe brand is? That is something which is, again, in line with vocal for local. It's something which is being conceptualized as well as manufactured and also consumed in India. So, designing actually for any product is one of the most important things which uh, designing is actually one of the most important things for any product out there. Especially in a fashion category, design is something which is more of a lifeblood for any brand or any product per se. So, if you are not ahead of the design curve, or rather, if you are even not in line with the design curve, then chances are that you really won't survive for a long time. You definitely have a lot of examples in the market of brands who really stick to just what their designs are, and they're doing pretty well out there. But those are exceptions, but and also those designs become a statement of what that brand stands for. And that again is something which can only take you so far. There are very few examples of such brands out there in the sun, and also those are something which they have really reached by researching and working on for such a long time that the customer has started to identify with that design and they identify it interchangeably. So that design stands for the brand and that brand stands for the design, right? So coming back to the first point, design per se is still one of the most important parts of what the brand is, because that is what is the first visual or the first interaction of the brand to the customer itself. And getting independent when it comes to the designing capability is something which it is high time that our brands are are able to do so. For years and years, it's been the fact that we just, or rather, it's for any brand under the sun or any product under the sun, is that they just come out and adapt and launch what the other concepts or other products have been in the market abroad or even in the same market itself. But now, due to the advent of online and also due to the advent of the customers being more and more mature, the concept of you being able to design something brand new has gained more and more traction and importance. So next point would be that how would we go about setting the brand, product design and technology and stuff like that. So designing is not just the visual part of it. It is also it also entails the feeling. It also entails the raw materials used. It also entails the way it is made. So it's far more than just the cut of the product, and that is something which is again gaining more and more importance due to the fact that the manufacturing is now available worldwide, and even in India also the manufacturing is growing more and more, or rather the manufacturing capability, and the customer now has much more he has much more options available to him or her than what it was before. So, for any brand to really survive and thrive, they really need to invest a lot when it comes to the design part of it. And the more they invest in it, the more returns is something that they will experience. So, the closest parallel you will find is in the technology industry. Now, because the technology is getting so omnipresent, the barriers or rather the expectation of any customer out of any product per se has started to blur. So it's getting more and more technocentric as to that the product whichever they consume has to have some features above and beyond what the core function of the product they want. So above and beyond what the core function they want the product to define. Like for example, I want to buy a good shoe, so I need to look good in it, right? Now, it's not just that, it's also that I need to feel good in it. I should also, get that small kick as to, okay, it is not just a product that I'm getting, it is also an extension of who I am. So, A would be the look, second would be the feel when it comes to the comfort and all. Then you get into more and more detailing of it. That, for example, the small brandings or the small touches or the small colors reflect to how I really want to express myself. So my personality has more shades and hues, and that is how I would want any product which I wear to express myself. So let us say, for example, I like to wear a lot of colors. So but it's not something which I really want to go over the top. So the product which I would want to consume would be something which would have small touches into it. Next, and now the points which I'm going to touch are getting more and more true when it comes to the mature markets, and this is something which definitely is going to flow into India more and more. So then it comes to the point of how the raw materials are sourced, whether they're green, whether they're eco-friendly, then whether they are cruelty-free and stuff like that. So now this is something which the customer really looks at, and this has gained far more importance in the Western market, but slowly it will also start happening in India also. So designing as a capability is not just something which a brand needs just because we are vocal for local. It is also something which we really need because we need to connect to who our end customer is, and if you don't connect to your end customer, then really it's very difficult for a brand to be a brand.